All right, hello everyone in the hub. This is Laura Levenseller. This video I'm going to show you what the course looks like from a student's perspective once they've been working for a while or after they've completed the practice test in a particular subject. And so I went ahead and logged in as the demo student, and the same question will pop up. Leonard pops up with the same informational video every single time. And again, I really recommend students watching it and actually you watching it. Probably a lot of the information in that video is similar to what I'm going to tell you right now, but it's very helpful. So the same question pops up: are you studying at school during a class? And again, I'm going to say yes, just keeping track of my time. And this is the learning plan. So this is called the student's homeroom. And just really quickly, as the instructor, so on this particular page, I'm logged in as myself, as the instructor. If I want to see what a general homeroom looks like for a student, not any student in particular, just in general, I can click on this blue tab at any point and says go to student homeroom. And it will give you just this, you'll see what the students would see as they log in. But if I want to see for a specific student what they might have to work on, oh, hold on, I think I got logged out. Here we go. You can go to reports and student overview. And then in student overview, select the student that you want. So in this case, demo student, see report. And I picked HiSET Academy. That's the only thing we have come up. And I can see the exact same screen that this particular student is seeing. So if you're working remotely with a student, this is really, really, really helpful for you to be able to communicate and see exactly what they're seeing. So let's walk through all the different components of this screen here. So the first thing, and probably the simplest thing, is for students to just come in and click Start Lesson. These lessons have been created based on the practice test that the students took. So if you look in the progress section over here, there are 3 levels: pre-HiSET, HiSET Prep, and Advanced HiSET. And in the pre-HiSET, you can see I didn't make it very far. My practice test score was really low. I want, as students continue to take practice tests, they'll get higher and higher up in this. To get to the first bar means they're probably ready to take the official practice test. To get to the second bar means they're ready for college. And all the way to the top is just wonderful. And if you want to see the practice test details of what you took, you can click on that. And it shows it took me 2 minutes 58 seconds to take that first test. I got a 4 out of 20. If I click on details, I can see all of those questions. Same questions we looked at in the last video. These are my results, etc. So I can do all of that right there. Oh, I got logged out again. Hold on. Sorry. Really quickly. It's because I logged in as my actual teacher login on the other screen. So I am studying during a class. Okay, so this is the student's homeroom screen still. Practice test details is what we were just looking at. And again, you want to get students eventually to this first bar, and they can track their progress as they move up. Once they finish all the pre-HiSET lessons, they'll take another practice test, then the HiSET Prep, then they'll take another practice test. And students under this practice test details can take a practice test anytime that they want to. So it's really nice for that. Based on how they scored in their practice test, they tell them how many hours remaining to study they have. So this is estimating I have about 9 hours, which I think is maybe a little on the low side, but it's very nice of them. And at the bottom, it shows you how often and how long students have been logging in and working. So here my weekly study time so far is 3 minutes. My current goal is 3 hours per week. And so it'll show you the different bars as they go. And they could change their study goal there if they want to. The tutorial video explaining all these boxes is always here too, so it's a good thing to reference. And then before I click Start Lesson, I just want to show you down here in the Mastery section, you have whole numbers, fractions, percents. This is all in the pre-HiSET. So these are the units that you're going to walk through for the pre-HiSET. And once you've passed all of those things, which means you get a 70%, then it will bump you into the HiSET prep, and you'll get a different set of units there. And then again, once you pass all of those, you move into the advanced HiSET. But again, the learning plan, where most students go when they log in, they're just going to log in, look at their learning plan, and click Start Lesson. And that will be the next sequential lesson that the program suggests for them. Gives them an estimated amount of time, so they know, okay, should I start this now? Should I wait? Etc. And in assignments, so let's say you have a student that you are working with, and the next time they come in, you particularly want them to work on the unit on circles, for example. Then you can assign that to them, as I did for this student, and so that is there for them before they go to their learning plan, so they could click and start the lesson on circles.
Hi, it's me, Maria. I'm really glad you want to learn about
exit
circles.
assignment. So that's there if you want to individually assign things. I mostly just let my students work through at their own pace on whatever pops up next, but that is totally your call. So this first lesson is adding whole numbers. I didn't do very well in my practice test, I guess. And when I click Start Lesson, there's always a quick video.
This is the lesson on add
that comes up. There are different characters throughout, and they recycle them. There's a transcript up here that's helpful, and also the menu. But there's always some videos in the beginning, so I'll take a look at the menu with you first. These first few things, adding without a calculator, adding with regrouping, adding many numbers, those are going to be videos with a couple practice questions. And then time for practice gives them 8 questions total. If after 3 questions the students have got it, they can often just say, I would like to move on to the next lesson instead of continuing to practice. So this is where you as a teacher can sort of step in. If you have time to work one-on-one with a student, then you might just be able to show them some examples of these things without watching the videos and have them go straight to the practice. And they would do that just by clicking on this link and following the prompts. Or if students are on their own, they can walk through all of these.
Adding is one of those things windows. You do every day. Do I even need a reason? It's important.
So
you add all the time. In the supermarket, or figure not just trying to add dollar, I've added up the numbers.
They give them some examples.
Instead of hymns too. I've got adding whole numbers without a calculator isn't
They're a little quirky, but it works.
One's place. What do you get when you add 12,054 and 6,133?
So I'm going to mute them right now.
Remember,
but they give them practice throughout. They tell them whether or not they can use a calculator, and what they enter, you can check the answer. If it's incorrect, it gives them a little bit of help. They can click Teach Me, video, try again, or go on. If they say, oh, I know what I did wrong, let's just go on to the next thing. Then it will put them into the next component, adding with regrouping, some more videos. Again, they get to try it. Oh no, I got it wrong, so maybe try again. I still got it wrong. Teach me. There's another, the same video is gonna pop up for them. And then go on. And this is the third. Again, they can enter their answer. And now it's time for the practice questions once they've gone all the way through. And there are 8 questions, so they can see I got it incorrect. It tells me how to do it correctly. I can click continue, continue, and continue. And so after 3 questions of the practice, they'll say, okay, well, you got 0% in this case, so you should maybe review and continue practicing. And again, as a teacher, it's where you can step in and, maybe do some more practice before they go on. Or if they get a 100%, it will say, do you want to move on to the next lesson? And many students choose that option. And that's really it. And so once they finish the lesson, here, so you've not completed this assignment and it will not be counted towards your progress. If they don't get all the way through, it doesn't count. So that's an important piece for them to know as well. If they did finish it, then it would show their score at the bottom for the unit once they finish the whole unit. So they're only in the first lesson of the unit. They'll have a few more lessons to go through, and it'll show the score for the unit down below. And then the last piece I just want to show you is the review tab. So students can, there are no recommended reviews because we haven't gotten very far, but they will recommend lessons for students to go back and look at in this area if there are things they didn't do very well with. And so that's pretty much the gist of the home screen. And again, they can do this for all subjects. So if I wanted to move on to reading, I would take the practice test for reading, and similar things would happen. All right.